Alright, so now let's talk about the next type, and that is a tuple. Okay, so tuple is very similar like a list. Okay, or in fact, if we see here in the PPT, okay, so we did talk about the list, and now let's talk about the tuple. So here you can see that this is a very similar like a list, but what's the difference here we have in the tuple? So it is again we have the list item here, but difference is it is a immutable. Okay, so when we say a tuple, so tuple we say is like a immutable. What does it mean? That the things which we declare as item here in the case of tuple, so those are not changeable. Okay, like we cannot change the value. Now, in the case of list, okay, we just see few of the examples when we were able to remove the items, or like particularly be able to change the item, okay, of the index position or the by value. We can change the value of that parameter, right? So here in the case of the list, we did talk about a few of the methods. So let's say here you can see that at that six item, okay, we can add some position, or in fact we change the value. Okay, so this operation here we can do it on the list, but when it comes to the tuple, so there we cannot do anything like that. Okay, so tuple is mainly uh, we can use it when we have to particularly don't want any changes in that item list. Okay, and then here you can see the example. Now what is the basic difference, declaration difference here we have in case of tuple and the list? So the list is something we declare in the square brackets. Okay, so this is a square bracket, you can see. And when it comes to tuple, so instead of square bracket we use the round brackets. So this is what the first and the major difference we have. So if we are declaring our items in the round brackets, then this is we say the tuple. And when the same thing is there or surrounded by the square bracket, in that case we say it is as a list. Okay, let's say if you have the operations here, okay, or here you can see the we took one first variable name and we declare the tuple. Okay, so red, green, blue, so this is zeroth position, first, second. Okay, this is all things are valid as it is. Okay, now here we can print the tuple, and we can even check the type. Okay, what is the variable type here we have, so we can test it out. Okay, let's test it. So at this moment what I'll do is I'll just comment out the rest of the code so that we will particularly focus on the first printing part here. Okay, so I'll save it and let's execute it. Okay, so here this is the sixth script we have, so let's execute it. And here we can see that tuple script is something we are trying to print. Okay, so here print simple list is something we did. Okay, and you can see that as it is, the list got the tuple got printed. Okay, the next thing, we are checking the type of this variable, and you can see that here it is written as tuple. Okay, so whenever the things are surrounded by the round bracket, so we say this is what, this is a tuple and not the list. So this is the very small difference we have. Then I think this got printed. We have few code, yeah. So this is the thing here got printed. Anyways, okay. So we'll see that thing also. Uh, Now at this point, let's see that let's suppose that we are interested here to print the first the position. Okay. Now first position is what? This is a zeroth position. Then this is the first position. That's a green. So this particular value should get printed if we put like this way. Okay, so the way we are doing, or the way we are doing the things for the list, okay, it is exactly same. So when we are printing, okay, here you can put as any message. Okay, and after that this is the variable name and bracket, we are saying that the position of that particular index item when we mention that one. So okay, that particular item should get printed. So if I mention 0, then this value red should get printed. If I mention 1, then green should get printed. So like that it should get printed. Let's see. So I'll just comment out, okay, and then let's run this particular program. Okay, so here I'll rerun that one, and let's see. Here you can see the simple list. Okay, the first item is green, is something you can print it, right? So this is a way that we can print the item, and in fact we can check the individual type of this item. Okay, now this is what is string. Okay, this string. So if I check the type of this particular index position, let's see. I'll rerun this one. You can see here this is a string, right? So because here this particular item is a string. Okay, that's the reason the individual item is string, and this whole thing, okay, this whole variable, it is a simple list, is a tuple, and this is string. Okay, if I do the same thing for here, so this is an integer, right? So let's do that as well. So if I do here, okay, you can see here the if I do and try to print, I'll make it 4. Okay, so because this string, okay, anyway, this doesn't matter. Okay, but like at fourth position, what we have is 0, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, it's a 5 number we have. So this particular thing is supposed to 5 number, and if we check the type of this one, okay, let's confirm both the things. Okay, so we'll be checking at fourth position what we have and what is the type of that particular fourth index. Okay, so if you confirm here by rerunning it, you can see that on fourth position we have the 5 as integer, and also the type of the individual is what it is the integer. Okay, so 5 is what, it's an integer. So we can see it got the way we want to have. Okay, so yes, it is variable. Okay, it is the integer. Now what I'll do is I'll just like comment out this thing, so that we'll focus on the ahead. Now next thing is what? Next thing here, let's say if we wish to print the same we did it for the list. Okay, if we are interested to print, let's say from here to here. Okay, so this is what, this is 0th position. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, so we can write something like this way. So 0 to 3. Okay, 0 to 3, if we say 0 to 3 means what, this is supposed to print that red, green and blue. Okay, let's confirm. So here I'll say like this way, and now rerun the script. Okay, and here you can check. If I make 0 to 3 means it will consider 0, first, second. Okay, and third it will exclude. Okay, it's like a from 0. So when we are talking about the 0, so it's gonna start from 0 and it will end before this particular number. Okay, so here it will end to at second position itself. Okay, so that is what here you can see. Great. Okay, now so when we have to print something in a range, okay, in that case we can go for something like this. All right, then the next thing here, if we wish to print the 3 onwards, okay, like 3 onwards, whatever the numbers we have, like whichever the values we have, if we wish to print, so we can mention something like a 0, first, second and third. Okay, so including this 3 here onwards, whatever here, how many numbers we have, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you want to print all those things, so you can just say 3 colon and just keep it blank. Okay, so that's it. Okay, you'll be keeping it blank, and that's it. Okay, so this is a way that you can print your all the remaining items. Okay, 4, 5, 6 is something. You can see the example that this is supposed to print, that is 0, first, second. Okay, and then here you are saying third, right? So including, so left position, whatever you have included here, okay, that will get included, and right one is getting excluded. Okay, so here you can see the example that when we did it, okay, or here you can see that when we say 0, so in the case of 0, it considered the red, green and blue. Okay, and here the right one is excluded. So like on the third position, even we have the fourth number, okay, integer, this didn't got printed. Okay, so this is where that it work. So when you say a third position here in this case, so it's supposed to starts from 3, first, second, third. Okay, sorry, the 0, first, second, and then third. 4, 5, 6, it's supposed to print. Let's confirm. Okay, so here in this case I'll just comment this as well. uh, where is that list? Okay, here we have it, right? So here this particular, I'll just comment out, and then let's print it. Yeah, see here. So when you say 3 number, so 3 onwards, 4, 5, 6, all the entries got printed as expected. Great. So this is the way we have. And then apart from that, if we try to change a value, okay, if we try to change a value, so this is something, this is what the making the difference. Okay, in the case of tuple, this is what is making the difference. So here in this case, let's say if I wish to change a value the way we are doing it for a list. Okay, so tuple is what, it's a immutable. Okay, means what, it won't allow you to change the value. Let's confirm. Okay, so here at this position I'll just uncomment this one, and let's try to run this one. Okay, so on the second position we are trying to put the 3 variable, okay, or 3 as an integer. So on second position means what, 0, first, second. Okay, so on this position we are trying to write 3. So this is what here we are doing, and we'll print it. Okay, let's print it and let's see, can we do it. So I'll just save it, and I will rerun this program. Okay, and here you can see that we got some error. Okay, we got some error. This is a type error, and then what it is saying, like the tuple does not support item assignment. Okay, so we cannot assign the item. Okay, that is something is not possible in the tuple, and that's the reason you can see here we got the error. So fine. Okay, so here we have found the error. So what we can do is we can comment this one again. Okay, so great. Okay, so we did this one, and then the next thing, the way we are doing it, like if we are interested to see the last value of the list, okay, we can always do something, the -1 is something we can test it. So let's rerun, and yes, here you can check the -1 is the 6th value it's supposed to print. Let's see which value we have. So it's a 6th one, right? So it's a 6th value it is printing. Great. Okay, so if you are interested to print whichever the last value you have, okay, so you can go from -1, -2, like that you can do it. Great. Now the next thing is we can add the value to the list. Okay, let's see that we will just uncomment, and I will try to add at the 6th index position. We'll try to add the value. Okay, let's rerun, and as I already said, okay, that insertion is not possible. Okay, this is possible in the case of the list, but here in the case of the tuple it is not possible. Why? Because tuple is considered like the fixed set of values. You cannot add, you cannot remove, you can modify. Okay, that something is not possible, and that's what here you can see. So I'll just recommend that one. Let's try to remove it. Okay, so we'll try to remove the value. Okay, in fact this won't work, right? Like anyways, first of all, we didn't able to add the list, this value we didn't able to add, so there's no way that we can remove this value. Okay, so again this doesn't support the remove method as well. Okay, so this is again something we cannot do. Let's try to remove the item with the index position. Okay, so let's see if it is possible. No, again. So again, pop method doesn't support here as well. So all of this operation that you were able to do it on the list. Okay, the modification related operations such as the insertion, then the remove, then the remove by the index position, that's pop. Okay, so all this operation doesn't support or doesn't work on the tuple because modification is not allowed. Okay, so when you have a use case where you want that list has to be remain fixed, in the case of that you can go and use the tuple. Okay, and same thing here you can apply for printing. So let's say if you wish to apply the for loop. Okay, and this is what your tuple list is. Okay, so what you can do is each item will iterate as a x value, and then we'll go through this loop. Okay, So here we are doing what? We are simply printing that value. So X will be the first position. Okay, and then here in this case, what we have as the first value as the red. Okay, so this is supposed to print the red first, then whatever the values here we have. Okay, so it's supposed to print a red, the next line green, blue, 4 5 6. Okay, like that it's supposed to print the result. Let's see. And then anyways we have to see the loops here ahead, so at that time we'll talk about the loops in more detail, but let's go ahead and run this particular program. And here you can see that, that it is printing, okay, red, green, blue. Okay, so this all values are getting printed as expected. So yes, this is what the tuple is all about. Okay, and now let's move to the next. Okay, so here we did talk about the tuple. Okay, let's talk about the next thing. And next data type we have is the set type. Okay, now the very first one, I'll just revise this one. Okay, so in the list is what? It's a collection of the items. Okay, and we declare that one with the square bracket. Okay, when it comes to the tuple, we declare the same thing with the round bracket. Okay, and what is the big difference you have in the list and the tuple? So the items here in the tuples, okay, so those are immutable. Okay, we cannot change or we cannot alter the values by any way. And then in list we can do the lot of operations on the list. Okay, now here we have the one more type, that is the sets. Okay, set type. So again it is an unordered, okay, list collection of the item. So what is this unordered means? And here you can see that it's a unique item. Okay, what does it mean? That even by any chance that if you declare or any of the item is getting repeated, so that thing will be considered as the only one. So let's suppose if anything is any value is getting repeated, and if you print it again one more time, then that value in terms of the set, okay, will be considered unique. So when you want to have the unique set of value, in that case you can go for the set. Okay, so here you can see the example. Now simple set is okay. Now what is the difference between the list, then tuple, and the set? Okay, when it comes to declaration, so let me revise here. So here we can have it, that is the list. Okay, list is always declared in the square bracket. Okay, so this is the way that we declare the list. And then when it comes to the tuple, so in that case we declare the things in a round bracket, and in between you have the item with comma, like that you declare it. Okay, when it comes to the set, okay, we declare the thing in a curly braces. So this is the way we have the difference. Okay, declaration difference goes like this way. Now when it comes to tuple, the thing is the immutable, like we cannot change the values. That's what the tuple is all about. Sets here, we are expecting to have as a unique value. Okay, so that's what the set is. And let's see. Okay, let's print it, and then we'll see if you have the examples here. So here we have declared a one variable and the set. Okay, in between the curly braces we have declared these values. Then type goes with the set. Okay, so if I print this particular thing, or here I'll just comment out everything else. Okay, and now if I go and print the sets. Okay, if this is a 07th number of script. Okay, so here I'll go and try to run the 7th script. You can see we have just printed type. Okay, or if we can also print a simple set, and then this is supposed to print the way here we are printing. Okay, the way here we are printing, just pass the variable, and then we should be able to, okay, or let's do it. Okay, so if I do the print, and within the bracket if I pass this particular variable, that is simple set, then it's supposed to print this set. The set value is this one. Okay, great. So let me do it, and here you can see this is the value we got it of the set. And now here this is a type is what? Type of this particular variable is set. Okay, because we have declared here things in a curly braces, this curly braces, yeah. So that's the reason we got type is the set. Okay, now we can also use the for loop here. So let's do it. uh, okay, so one by one it's supposed to print a value 4 2 5 8 1 like that. Okay, so you can check. Okay, and then it is like it does print the things in a ordered way. You can see here. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, as per the your ascending order. Okay, this does print it, right? So the lowest value comes first here, and like that it got printed the sets. Okay, so this is the what the magic you can have it here in terms of the set. And we can do all the operations which we able to do it on a list. Okay, about adding or insertion and all. Okay, so you can see on the, let's say, um, this is what we are doing. We are doing adding the value 10, okay, to this set. Okay, let's do it. So if I add, okay, so this is the particular variable. I'll add the method, that is the add, and then we are adding this 10 value here. Okay, within this particular okay, you can see here 10 is something we don't have. Now let me save it, and we will and then here we are printing that particular value again. Okay, the variable value here we are printing. So let's do it. Here we can see that the 10th value got added. Correct. So in fact, from the start itself, I missed to tell you that we have declared the values in other unordered way. Okay, but when we are printing the result, you can see it is already printing in a ascending order, right? So that is something is a good thing about the sets. We can, with the hierarchy, you can say that we got the values got printed, and a 10 value comes at the last. Great. Now if you wish to remove it, you can go and remove also. So let me save it, and here we will run it. Okay, so you can see that we have removed the last value. Okay, we have removed the last value. Great. Now the important thing about the sets is related to the we it does remove the repeat parameter. Okay, repeated parameter, that's a unique. It just keep the unique things. Okay, so you can just imagine we are getting a lot of data from one of the stream, and then we just want to find out the unique members. Okay, we don't want the repetitive values. So maybe you can go with the sets, because it is like doing everything. It is just keeping the holding the all unique value. So that's something is a very good thing. Okay, so here we can see we are declaring the simple sets 2. Okay, so that's a variable we are declaring here. And if I do here the uncomment it, we are declaring new variable, and then you can see 2 is we have declared n number of times, the 3 is declared 3 times, so 4 is declared 4 times, like that we have declared. And let's print and just see the magic. Okay, what we get here. Okay, and you can see the last result, that even though we have repeated the values, but only unique values got printed. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so that's how your set works. Okay, and also we can use this set for some of the other operations such as union, interaction. Okay, like this operation you can use it. Okay, so now you, as per the use case, you can go in and you use all of these use cases. Okay, so at this point I'll show you. Okay, so set A, set B. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then set B you have some values. Okay, now you can find few of the unique values here. Okay, the common value. Okay, and then for few of the different values also you have. So now if you are interested to find a union, okay, if you are interested to find a union, now like these are all operations. I hope you guys might have learned in the school. Okay, so here you can see this is the first variable we have declared. Okay, that is the set, and you have the set B. And now if you try to find out the union, okay, Now how we have written the syntax, just try to understand it. Okay, the very first thing, this is just a variable name. Variable name could be anything. Okay, so just think about the variable dot union. So we are trying to form the this union with this one. Okay, and let's see the result. So I will run the script here. Okay, and you can see that we have got the same equivalent result. So what we are doing is basically we are not repeating the unique values. We are just like taking the unique values and items from this, okay, from this and this. Okay, so the common values we have removed. Okay, that is what we can say as a union, right? So we are taking all the unique values, we are putting all together. So that's what the union means. And then here you can see the we have successfully done it. Okay, now as per the use cases, you will require all of the operation. Okay, maybe at this point I'm not able to think what could be the use case you can have it in real case, but maybe when we are working with a lot of data and all, okay, in that case maybe you can use this union. Then you have the intersection and differences operation. Okay, let's see the both of these examples also. Okay, so maybe this is the one example. Here we have it, the union. Okay, let's talk about the intersection. Okay, now union is opposite of the intersection. Okay, so here we printed all the values we printed all the values, and let's print the intersection. So if I do print intersection, so intersection is gonna find out the unique value. Okay, so it's gonna compare set A is gonna compare with the set B, and then whichever the unique value you have. Okay, so here in this case 456 and 456, you have the common values, so it got printed those values. Okay, same goes for B. So when a B compared with the A, okay, only those values here you have printed. So that is the intersection. And what was you have it in the union, basically that you just club all the values together. So and here at this point you had 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and 4 5 6 things were repeating, right? So you ignore this one and you just print this one. Okay, like you club all the values together. So that is what a union means. An intersection, it is exactly opposite. It's gonna just print a common value. So this is about the intersection. Okay, then you have a difference. Okay, when you can compare your set A with the set B. Okay, so that's what is here. And it's gonna like it works in this way, that set A will try to find out the difference between set B, and which are the common values you have, so those will get ignored. Okay, so 1 2 3 here we got printed. Okay, 1 2 3. And in other case it again here the set B. Okay, set B is compared here, and then again here these are the unique values, right? So this got printed. Okay, so this is a way that the sets sets will get printed. So depending on what kind of operation you wish to execute, accordingly you can use this operation. Now these are like a union, intersection, and differences. This maybe we learned there in the school. Okay, so from there we this all things came. And we might have use case which is around, probably around the data. Okay, let's say we have some CSV value, CSV file, and we are interested to find some common item. Then you can go with the intersection. You can just think about, let's say we have one Excel file, other Excel file, and then we just need to convert the data into sets, and then you can compare. Okay, you can have the union if you want to have all the unique values present in Excel A, Excel B. Okay, or you can imagine where you have the use case where you would like to just consider the common data between the Excel A sheet and Excel B sheet. Okay, so those could be the use cases you can have. So depending on, so maybe for a data analysis, these are really good tools. Okay, the union, intersection, differences. All right. Now next type we have, the data type is the Boolean type. Okay, and then probably the Boolean type is the very easiest one data type we have. It's because just two values. Okay, it is either true or false. Okay, so these are the just two simple values we have. So either you can have, for let's say any condition. Okay, is 5 is smaller than 10. Okay, so the condition is true. right? So let's say if 20 is greater than 10, okay, so condition is true, right? So let's say is 5 is greater than 10, okay, condition is false. So like in that case we can have the boolean representation, so either it could be true or false, and it's a very easy to represent, okay. So a is equal to true, b is equal to false, okay, and then just keep remember like true when we say true in the case of Python, okay, t is capital, and in for false also f is capital. So these are the keywords, okay, these are the keywords. So if I try to execute this particular script, that is the 8 number of script, okay, type check boolean. So you can see that the type is getting printed as a boolean. So this is the next type we have. Then after that we have one more type, which is not listed here, but yeah, like so many cases we do exist, or we do use the dictionary type, okay. So dictionaries is one of the type that we use a lot in the case of Python. And then how the dictionary is written, okay. So you can say that we have one variable, and that one particular variable we can have the key pair values, okay, n number of key pair values, okay. So you can say that person is a variable, then name of the person is Amol, he's having the age is 28, the location is maybe Mumbai or anything like that, okay. So maybe you can say he's from Mumbai, okay, like that. We have the information, lot of information about one person, okay. So so you declare the dictionary like this way. So just declare the variable name, okay, just say dictionary is what variable name you have, and then you can open the curly braces, okay, like this, and just have the key pair. So key pair 1, okay, key pair 1 you have, then key pair 2 you have. So like that you can have the as many as value. So those, okay, here my bad, here we have the colon, okay, we have the colon. So this is what the type of the variable we have. So a dictionary is something we use a lot, okay. So when we have for one value we have a multiple data, okay, we have multiple data, in that case we go for the dictionary declaration, okay. We have the dictionary variable declaration. So dictionary is what we declare in that case. So now person is a variable name here, and in this case these are the key pair values we have. Now how to access those value, it is something you guys need to understand, because that's something a little bit confusing compared to the list, but it's not that really difficult, okay. Let's try to understand it. So here you can see, like, first of all, if I try to check the type of this particular dictionary, it's like person is his variable, and if I try to check the variable type here, it should get printed like dictionary, okay. So that's the first thing. Second thing, when if I try to check, okay, now here this is the way that we will be accessing the value, okay. So it is like a person, and within the bracket we used to mention like a zero, second position, right. So here in this case we need to mention the key name, okay. Now here the key name is what, it's a name, okay, it's a name is what, these are the key, this key, it's having value, okay. Key pair value we have, okay, key value pair we have here, okay. So this is a key, these all are keys, and these are the values, okay. So when we are interested to find out the value here about this, so you're gonna mention in a square bracket. So earlier in a square bracket we used to mention the position. Now this time we're gonna mention that particular the key, okay. And if I check the type of the key, so here I should get what, the type. So name is what, Amol, and Amol is what, it's a string. So if I check the type of this particular that is a person, in a square bracket, the name, okay. So that value I should get it as a string, right. Then next thing, if I try to do the same thing for age, so here I should get it is integer. So let's confirm, okay. Rest of the all code I will just simply comment out. So we'll talk about later, okay. So here let's see, let's execute this particular program. This is the ninth program we have, so we will execute the ninth one, and here you can see that we got printed the first value as a dixt, okay. which is basically a dict means what? It's a dictionary. So this person is the type of the variable is a dictionary. Apart from that, is a string, this is an integer, right? So as expected, be able to successfully print all results. Okay, so great. So I'll just comment this out. And now next thing is what? We can get the key. Okay, by the key you can get the value. So this is what I was explaining. Okay, here also. So here you just remove the type word, and then you should be able to print your key. Okay, so let's say you are interested in this value, then this is the way that you're gonna print your key. Okay, so if I execute, you can see AMOL is something that you can access. The same way, just try, you can try it for other one. Okay, so here print name in the person. Okay, now is it something that keyword is does exist? Okay, so if we are interested, is this particular key, okay, is this particular key, like here you can see name, age, location, is something, is it does exist? Okay, it does it exist here in this particular uh, dictionary, then it should print some boolean value. Okay, you can see that we got the true result. Okay, we got the true result. True result means what? It is saying like a name in the person, like it does name is there in the person. Okay, person variable, yes, it is there, right? So that's the reason here you can see that we able to successfully like get a result as true. Okay, what if I mention instead of name, okay, we try something else. Okay, let's say here the information is not there, something like that. Maybe I'll say the current city. Okay, I'll just say city. Okay, I'll just say city. Now city is not present, right? So I should be able to see the false result. You can see we got the false. Okay, so the if we are interested to see is that particular key does exist in that dictionary, so in that case we can use in keyword. Okay, we can use in keyword. So that's what here you can see. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, and n is small. Okay, let me correct myself, it's a n is small. All right, then I'll just comment this whole both of these things. And we can also change the value of the dictionary. Okay, it is possible the way we are doing it for the list. Okay, it's a very similar operation for persons. Okay, this particular key, that's the age key, we're changing it, make it 31. Okay, already it is 21. Let's make it and let's check it. Okay, so if I and then we'll try to print. Okay, so let's do it. So this is the way. So we will access the variable like this way: the person, square bracket, the key name, and then we are assigning new value to it, and then we will try to print that value again. Let's see. So I will save it, and if I run this script again, you can see that we successfully able to make the modification. Okay, then again if we wish to update the person age like this way, that if we wish to add this one. Okay, so we can make it, right? So this is like a on the basis of the key value we change the value. Okay, and here we can update the entry, and here we can see again it got updated on the 29. So basis on this age. Okay, so same thing got replaced with the 29 number, and now it got filled up. So there are two ways, right? So change the value, so we can either change basis on the value key. Okay, we can change the value, or else we can take the whole entry and we can put it. If the entry doesn't exist, then the new entry will get added. Okay, or here you can see how this is the way that we can add the entry. So person. Okay, now this particular eye color. Okay, eye color does not exist here. You can see here we have the name, age, location. Okay, but we don't have this eye color is equal to brown. So now when we have to add it, just declare, and if that particular value doesn't exist, then this will simply get added. Okay, this will simply get added. Let's run it, and here you can see the name is Amol, age is 29, location is Mumbai, and eye color is what? It is brown. Okay, so this particular key pair got added here in this particular. This is the way that we can add it. Also we can, let's say, update, we can update it, hair color. Okay, so I already told you, right? Like when this value doesn't exist, in that case it will simply get added. So we have added the value by this way. Also there is one more way, this way. Okay, if this particular thing doesn't exist, then we're gonna update it. Okay, let's say here earlier hair color is already declared. In that case, if it is like brown, then it will make it black. So updation goes like this way. So now here I'll rewrite it. You can see that eye color is brown, already added in the last case, and now here we have added this update entry where we have added this hair color is black. Okay, so this is something also got added. Great. Now when we have to remove, okay, so we learned one method, that is pop method, right? So when we have to remove it, so you can use the hair color. So just mention the key, and the value also will get removed. Okay, so I'll just uncomment this one, and we'll rerun the program. Okay, and here you can see the hair color. It was earlier it was there, and now it has got removed from here. Okay, because we did mention the method, that is pop, and pop is to remove the specific key. Okay, when we have to remove specific key, same thing we have in the case of pop. Okay, we just mentioned the index value, pop and index value for a list, and then that's what we can do it to make remove any particular index or any particular basis on the key when we have to remove any value. So that's the when we can use the pop method. Okay, so then you have, let's say when you have to remove the last item, whichever it is. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter when you have to remove the last item. So you can use something like a pop item method. You can just execute the pop item method. So mention your uh, your the variable. Okay, that's person. Okay, and person, that just say pop item, and whichever your last item is, that will simply removed. Okay, now here in this case, eye color is what, this is last item we have. So if we run it, you can see that eye color has also gone now. So pop item is supposed to just remove the last entry. Pop is what, after pop we give some index value, and that's what we can remove. Okay, great. Then the next thing we have the delete particular key from the dictionary using del keyword. Okay, so this also we can do. So either you have a two ways here. So on the basis of pop method you can use it, or you have the particular key, you on the basis of particular key value, if you have to remove. Okay, so you can do it like this way. So let me do it. Here we go. Okay, so earlier age was there. Okay, and age is not no more there, so we deleted. Okay, so you can say del is a function. Okay, del is a function, and then with that you just remove your age key. Okay, age key is you something you removed it from there. Okay, all right. So the next thing that here we have, when we wish to clear the dictionary. Okay, so we have a clear method. Okay, it's a very straightforward. Okay, so we can just say clear method. We can call the clear method, and with that we should be able to clear the dictionary. Okay, so you can see that it got completely clear. Okay, so in middle at some operation you wish to clear it, and again fill up something. Okay, so during that you can use the clear method. Okay, and it's a very straightforward, right? So then again here we are declaring the dictionary again. Okay, so let's say here, so Amol, and then here we are declaring the declaring the dictionary variables. Okay, so after clear we are again declaring the dictionary here, because there's nothing left in the in this particular variable. And then here we can loop one by one. Okay, and it goes like this way. So a key is what here, the key value. Okay, so it's supposed to print all the key. Okay, key means what? So these are the keys: name, then age, then location. Okay, so when you are putting the value, okay, like this, so x is considered. Okay, So let's go, and no, it's supposed to print a both. Okay, the key value it's supposed to print a both. Let's see. So here I'll just uncomment this one, and if I try to print the X in a person, okay. Now person is what? It's a dictionary. The person is what? It's a dictionary. Okay. So let's see the result, and then I'll explain you. Okay, here you can see it got printed. Key is what? It's a name. Okay, key is name and value is Amol. Okay, so how this goes? So it goes like this way, that first of all here we have a key is this one. Okay, so this is the dictionary we have, and these are the key, first, second, third, like this. Okay, and then X is nothing but this name. Okay, so the key is equal to, we got simply printed name, and then we are saying persons X. Okay, person X means what? Then when we say person name, then this value should get printed, right? So we have seen here this thing we have seen here. So when we are printing the variables in a square bracket, when we put the key name, so the value get printed, right? So same thing here. So here a key we are printing, so name here got printed, and then when you say value, we have to print a value. So you will be saying that person X means what? The person's X is Amol, is his value here printing. Okay, so this is the way that we will be printing each the key value, and like that we have printed all the values. Okay, so the for loop is something that we can apply. Okay, then we here there's one more way, not a way, but it is alternative with something, that what we can do is, if you are just interested in printing the keys, only keys, okay, then you can just pass, say, just say X. Okay, so X will look for this value. Okay, name, age, location. Okay, so these keys will get printed here in this case. Let's go ahead and execute this particular loop. Okay, let's print this particular loop, and okay, I didn't, okay, sorry, let me commit this one, and let me uncomment this one. Okay, so I'll execute this one, and here you can see, okay, the key we are printing, what? Just a keys we are printing. Okay, so name, age, location. Name, age, location is something we are printing, and let's say when we have to uh, print the values. Okay, so then just you have to say the method, you have to access the keys. Okay, so you'll be doing it this way. Just put the variable name dot keys. Okay, so with when you say the dot keys, okay, so it is like a method, and this will be taking the values. Okay, this will be taking the values of your keys. So let's go, and oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, I was explaining, I got confused here. Okay, so here this is the keys which we are printing. When we have to print the keys, so just say dot keys is the method you have, and when you have to print the values, so you have the other method, that is the values. Okay, so when you just have to print the keys, so just you can, this is the way that you can take the keys, and when you have to print the values, so you can take the values. So let me execute this program and we'll show you. Okay, so here you can see the key is equal to name. Okay, the first key is equal to name, age, location. These are the keys you got printed, and when we have to print the values, only values. Okay, so you can see this is the way we can have the values. So person dot keys, okay, is the method to get the keys, and person dot values, okay, is the method to get the values. So these are the inbuilt methods you have, which we can use it for as per a requirement. Okay, so this is about the dictionary key and values. Next thing here, when we have to print a both, okay, that is key value. Okay, when we have to print a both, so we can take two variable. Okay, we can take two variable X and Y, and here you can pass those to the item. Okay, now that is the item, and here we are simply printing the X and Y. Okay, so we are basically, like, each one will be considered together, and through the items we will iterate through this loop. Okay, so let's go and run this particular loop, and here you can see name is Amol, age is 28, location Mumbai. Okay, so exactly like if we wish to print both, then we need to consider both two variables, and the persons dot item is the method. Okay, with through which we can we can call each and every item, and this is the way that we can print it. Okay, so these are the basic things you should get clear. And maybe maybe at this point you guys might get overwhelmed by looking at this many methods and a lot of the theory part actually. Okay, but when we will be using some use case, okay, when we have to think about the logic, so I must say then like understanding this theory, okay, is little bit boring, and when we will be using these things, okay, when we have to think it logically, when we have to write a program, that is something we gonna do it in advanced part of this session series. And that is the interesting thing. Okay, so these are things like when until and unless when we are using this for any use case, okay, we won't have much we won't get much understanding. But yes, try to understand like how we can access those all the methods. So this is all about your dictionary. Okay, so now next thing, okay, the next thing we have to talk about the operators. Okay, so operator is a very simple one, right? So it's like a addition, subtraction, like how we can do it. Okay, so that's it, like it's no big deal actually. Okay, so addition is what, how we can do the addition. So like 5 plus 3, and we can assign some result, and if we wish to print that result, so we'll get it. Okay, so it's a plus, plus is for addition, for subtraction it's a minus sign, then for multiplication it's a star. Okay, for division it's like the slash. Then we have this floor division. Okay, so when we just want to have the integer division, okay, so in that case like when you say 10 divided by 3, okay, so we should get something like a 3.3.3, but like here we're just getting the integer. Okay, when we want to have just integer, this is the way you can do it. And then modulus is something very important. Okay, this we required in a lot of cases. So what is modulus? Let's suppose you divide the number. Okay, you divide the number, you get some reminder. Okay, you get reminder. So that is what, if you are just interested in getting the reminder, in that case you can go and then have this modulus sign. That's like a percentage sign you have. Okay, if I give you example, let's say if we divide 11 by 2. Okay, so when we divide the 11 number by 2, so we get 1 as a reminder. Okay, 1 as a reminder. So that is what the reminder is. Okay, and then if you are interested to just have the reminder directly, okay, so this is what here we get. And then maybe here you can have few examples around the operator, which is a very easy thing. Okay, you can see here we are declaring a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5. If we add a plus b, okay, we should supposed to get the result as 15, right? Very easy. Then here if we compare it, okay, so maybe I'll show you this one. Okay, let's go and execute this much. Okay, so I'll just execute this much. So I'll save it and I'll go and execute the 10th program. It's an operator, and you can see here we got the result as 15. Very easy, right? So a is equal to 10, b is equal to 3. If we add both of this, okay, and we are assigning a value to result variable, and then we are printing the result variable. So that's what here we are doing. Okay, next thing here, so these are the operations we have. Okay, like you can just do the all operation we can do, right? So let's say 10 divided by 5, all of these operations we can do it here. Okay, great. Next thing is what, it's a operator we have. Some of the other operators, like these are the arithmetic operators. Apart from that, we have this comparison operator. Okay, the comparator operators goes like this way. If we equal to means what, that is 5 is equal to 5. Okay, equal to means what, we are trying to compare, is this two are equal. So if they are equal, then we get the result as true. If they are not, we get the result as false. Okay, so we got the answer here in the Boolean format. Okay, we get the answer here in Boolean format, and for a lot of conditions we actually use this operators. Okay, in case of for loop or in if else conditions, okay, we do put this all operators. Okay, so here you can see the when, so this is not equal to. Okay, if is 8 is not equal to 5, the result is true. Okay, so just give this exclamatory mark along with the equal to sign. So that is what the not equal to sign we have. Then greater than, okay, is 10 is greater than 5, result has to be true. Okay, then here we have the less than, then we have greater than equal to. Okay, so greater than equal to like this way, less than equal to. So these are the comparator operator, comparison operator, and here we get the result in a true or false format. Okay, so here is the example we have. So you can see like here we are trying to print like 10, and then we have the b value as 5. So is a is equal to b? Answer is what? You guys know it, right? Like here the answer is it's supposed to print a false. Let's see. I'll just execute this particular program, and you can see the result is false, right? So you can try it. You can just try all of these things here. Okay, just assume different variables, and you can try it, right? So let's say a and b is equal to, then the result, let's say both are 5, then in that case we should get the true value, right? So because both are equal, so these are the operators we have. Okay, great. Then next thing, okay, next thing we have the Python operator. That's the third one is the logical operator. Okay, third one is the logical operator. Now logical operator like goes this way. Okay, the logical that we have learned in the our schools. Okay, so it's and or not. Okay, like when we have and operation means what? Let's say when you have the true and false together, the result is always gonna be the false. Okay, when you have the both true, okay, means true and true, you get the result as true. Okay, when you have the true and false, it's a false. You have the false and true, it's a false. It's a false and false, in that case also result is false. So you have the majority to the false in case of AND operation, and when you have the both as true, only in that case you get the true. Okay, so this is what you have. Okay, this is what you have, and here you can have the result. Okay, this is what you can have is result. So maybe if I declare, okay, a is true and b is false. Okay, now in reality this is gonna be the condition. Okay, like here for a I'll get some condition, then for b I'll get some condition, like here. Okay, here you can see we got the true result, right? So in reality we'll get some condition, and then we will have the value for a and value for b. Okay, now we have some result in our hand that a is equal to true and b holds the value as false. Now here in this case, if I say a and b, okay, if I say a and b means what? Here I'm trying to do the AND of this true and false operation. So I should get what? I should get the result as false, right? So if I try to print the result, okay, here what I'm doing is I'm doing a and b. Okay, here I'm doing a and b, and then here I'm trying to print the result. Okay, here I'm trying to print the result, and here I'm expecting the result as false. Let's see. Here you can see the logical AND, we got the result as false, right? Result as false. So this is what the output we are expected. This is as expected output here we can see. So this is all about the logical operator. Okay. Then next one is it's a simple one. Okay. Then again the assignment operator. Assignment operator goes like this way. The simplest assignment could be a is equal to 10. We say. Okay. So we are assigning this value of 10. Okay, is equal to x. Okay. Then here we have this something. Okay. In various condition, let's say in a loop, and in most of the cases let's say we have to write that x is equal to x plus 5. Okay, so this is something sometimes we also write, like we have to write something, let's say x is equal to x plus 5. So we can write like this way, that is the x plus 5. Okay, so whenever you say x plus 5, okay, x plus is equal to 5. Okay, so this is when you say something like this. Okay, when you see something like this, that x plus is equal to 5, so what does it mean? That you are trying to say this. Okay, now when you have to write the program in an optimized way, in that case we can do it like this way. Okay, so rather than writing the x 2 times, okay, we can write this way, that x plus 5 is equal to x plus is equal to 5 means what? X plus is equal to 5 means what? It is the equivalence is like this way, x is equal to x plus 5. Okay, and like that we have here a few of the for my subtraction also we can do it. Okay, for multiplication and then division. Okay, for all we can have this assignment operator. This is just a representation. Okay, this is just a representation. Even you can use this one. Okay, even you can use this one. This doesn't matter. Okay, it is just to look the program written good. So this doesn't look good. Okay, x is equal to x plus 5. This looks maybe confusing also. So rather than that, you can do it like this way, and this is like an optimized way of writing the code. So you can assign the object like this way, or variable like this. Okay, that is the x plus 5 is equal to 5. Okay, equivalent is this one. Okay, great. This is all about the operators we have, and then here the next thing. We have one more in word, right? So we have in word. We just see in the previous one of the program, we saw this particular in keyword. Okay, so membership operator means like here when we are trying to understand is this particular item is present in list. Okay, so you can say 3 in the, even you can mention the here the list variable, that is also fine. Okay, and if it does exist, then you should get a true return. Okay, so in keyword works with that way. So either it's gonna make you give a result true or false basis on whether that particular item does exist in the list dictionary. Okay, so even you can put here the key. Okay, it is this key, it does exist in the dictionary. Okay, so that's how you can also see the result. Okay, so a result you should get here is a true. Okay, now when not in, okay, so when you want to do the opposite of it. Okay, when you have to do it opposite of it, that when you are not willing to find that variable. Okay, so in that case here you can say not in. Not in means what, that when you don't have the variable, then a result should get printed as true. So so this is the way you can do it. Okay, then you have the identity operator, where when is, okay, when this thing is this. Okay, so is hello, yes, the result is true. Okay, is 5 is 5, yes, like in that case when you're comparing, it's just like a comparing. Okay, so here this is the way that you can do it. In fact, you can put some list variable let's say list 1 and list 2. Here you have two lists. Okay, so you can just do it comparison and all those things. Okay, and then opposite of it, when hello is not word. Okay, like when you're trying, when you don't want that the string to be same. Okay, and then you're trying to compare is not, is it something else, so you can check. Okay, so these are the operators you have. So depending on the requirement, you will be using it in multiple ways. Okay, so then we have a very important concept. Okay, and it's about the if else. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, now here onwards the things will move towards the little serious programming. Till the time, whatever we have learned, those kind of a base you have, and you need to understand that base first. Okay, you can revise this. Okay, it may happen in the just first session, you may not able to understand few of the things, that's fine. Okay, maybe you can listen it and then you can create your own notes. Okay, but here onwards the things would will go little towards like looks like a programming. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the if else is something we have here, and when we use the if else, okay, when we use the if else, so particularly when we have the condition. Okay, particularly when we have some condition in our hand, that this goes like, if we have one condition like this way. Okay, let's say if we have some condition, and like here, if this happens. Okay, if this happens, then do this, else. Okay, else do this. Okay, something like that. When you have some condition, okay, whenever you have some conditioning, in that case you're gonna do and work on the if else. Okay, so here if else statement is used to control the flow of the program based on some condition. Okay, when you have some condition, okay, if this happen, then just do this, else do this. Okay, like that you will evaluate the condition, and if you get, okay, so whatever the condition here you are writing. Okay, whatever the condition here you are writing, so if the output of this condition is true. Okay, the boolean true. Okay, the boolean true, if you get the output as what, the boolean true, in that case this particular program will get executed. In all the other cases it will always be else part. Okay, so this is how it happened. And another block, if they change the file. Okay, so this is what, now if condition. Okay, like this is what the syntax is. Okay, you will say if, and then you do mention the condition. Okay, then colon, the code to be executed if the condition is true, else when you would like to mention the code if when the condition is false. Okay, so here is the example we have. Just try to understand the example, a very simple example. Here we are assigning x is equal to 10. Okay, if we are assigning x value is equal to 10. So if x is greater than 5, okay, if x is greater than 5, then print that x is greater than 5, else print x is not greater than 5. And I know, like you might get the output, you might have understood the output already. So x is what, it's a 10, right? So it is already, it is bigger than 5, it is greater than 5. So here x is greater than 5. So here this particular condition will return true. This particular condition will return true, and after that it is supposed to print that x is greater than 5. It should print that x is greater than 5. Okay, so this is all about the if else. Okay, let's see if you have the example. Okay, let's see if you have the example here in our VS Code. Okay, so here we have the if else, and you can see the very first example we are doing what, we are taking the a as value. okay, like 50 values we are assigning to the variable a, and then we are assigning 20 value for the b variable. Okay, so then what we will do is like whatever the example here we have taken, okay, very simplest loop. Okay, so we can just use the if also. Okay, it is not always necessary that if and else has to be there. Okay, so if this condition satisfied, then just do this one, or else like go ahead. Okay, so that's something we can do. Now here in this case we are saying what is b is greater than a, so b is 20, okay, and a is what, a is 50. So no, it's not right. So we are trying to do what, if b is greater than a, in that case b is like it should supposed to print the message. Let's try to execute this program. Okay, I'll just comment out rest of the code. Okay, and let's see. Okay, let's see. Here I'm not expecting any result to print. Let's run this program. So it's a 11th program that we have, that's if else. Let's run it. Okay, and here you can see even after executing the program we didn't got anything. Okay, let's make some difference here. Okay, so I'll make it, let's say 70. Okay, I'll make the 70. Now yes, is 70 is greater than 50? Is 70 is greater than 50? Yes, true, the value holds true, right? So in this case, okay, in this case it's supposed to print this particular result. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. Okay, so I'll say this, okay, the b is greater than a. Okay, as per the condition, if the condition holds true, then it's gonna print the result. Okay, great. Now here in this case we have successfully evaluated or executed the loop. Okay, great. Now let's see one more example. Okay, here in this case it is just a if, right? It is just a if. So here in this case we're gonna do what, we're gonna have the if else statement together. So if so here first of all we are assigning two values, a is equal to 20, b is equal to 10. Okay, and if b is greater than a, okay, when you say if b, this particular value is greater than a, then just print b is greater than a, else just print a is greater than b. Okay, now you know the result, right? So our b value is smaller. Okay, so b is value is smaller, so obviously else part should get executed. Let's see. So in this case, okay, which particular value condition holds true. Okay, so if this output should come as true, then only this thing will get executed, and in all the other cases this particular thing will get executed. Okay, so b is greater than a. Okay, b is greater than a, so b is the small number, so it is not greater than 20. So here the value which we get, okay, that should be the false. Okay, and here in this case the else part should get executed. Okay, let me just save it, and here I'll execute this particular loop, and you can see the else part got executed, a is greater than b. Okay, a is greater than b, so this is what it got executed, right? So let me comment out this whole code for just to avoid the confusion. Okay, great. Now next thing is what, here we will do what, we will execute the if else. Okay, so when we have a multiple condition, okay, when we have a multiple condition, that and then like the condition goes like this way. Okay, when we have a multiple condition, so if then this is the condition we have, if this condition holds true, just execute this one. Okay, then else if, okay, we say elif. Okay, we say elif, then again it is having some condition. Okay, then in that case just go and execute this thing, this code. Okay, and then we have the else. Okay, and we can do as much as this. Okay, so we have, when we have multiple, so many condition, in that case we can go for else if. Okay, so this will be the first condition. If this is not true, okay, then go for this one. Okay, if this is not true, then go and execute the else part. So this is the way to do. Okay, so here is the example we have. Okay, so now here you can see that, oh, first of all we have to declare the a and b value. So I'll do it here. Okay, a is equal to, let's say 5, and b is equal to, we'll say 10. Okay, so that's what here we are doing, and let's try to understand. Okay, is b is greater than a. Okay, so yes, true. Okay, so the if condition will get executed. Okay, is a and b are together, okay, like equal to, then in that case it is supposed to get printed. But here in this case, this both the values doesn't they are not same, they're not equal. Okay, so that's the reason this condition anyways doesn't hold. Like here itself the loop will get executed, or condition will get executed, and that's it. Okay, it's a very straightforward. So if I run this program, you can see b is greater than a. So this is the particular thing got printed. What if I make it like 10? Okay, so I'll make the both value equal. Okay, now in this case, what the result we should get? So else if should get printed, right? So both are the equal. So this doesn't hold true. Okay, so a is equal to b, true. Okay, then in that case a and b are equal. So this supposed to get printed. Let's see here we will see that a and b are equal. Now this is the way that we'll be printing our if else. Okay, I would like to just revise the syntax here. Okay, how the syntax goes. Okay, just remember. Okay, like the syntax goes like this way. Okay, you have some if. Okay, you have some if, then put some condition. Okay, once your condition is done, then put the colon, and then whatever the execution of the code you have to write, just make sure that you will not starting the code from the extreme left. Okay, you need to keep some space, and then you can start writing all the execution of it. Like here you can see. Okay, this is important thing. Okay, this is the important thing, because that is something is indicating like this particular thing is does belong to this condition only. Okay, then else if you will go on the right on the left hand side. Okay, so just keep this thing in mind, and this holds for all the loops. Okay, like for loop, while loop, and then for if else also you need to keep this thing fine, this mind in that indentation. You need to keep some indentation on the left hand side. Okay, now how much that, okay, is completely your choice. Okay, it could be one space, it could be two space, three space, like that. Okay, it's just completely, but here you just need to know that you need to keep some space. You cannot start it from the extreme left. Okay, so that is what here you need to understand. And likewise you just mention the condition. Okay, so let's say here you have written the else if. Okay, elif, then you will write the next condition. Okay, just colon, then again make your all the execution of the code, then here you have written the else part. Okay, and then again the code. Okay, so this is the way you will be writing. And then next thing, when you'll again write on this particular the next thing. Okay, let's say here you declare one more variable, that is equal to 5, something like that. So again you're like this is making starting from this, right? So this is the notification, this notes. Okay, like this is how the Python will understand that here the if else is been completed. Okay, like here you are not going ahead and putting any further extension of the if else statement. Okay, so this is the way that Python will realize it. Okay, great. Now the next thing is, okay, so this is about the if else condition. So this is just a normal program that we have executed. Okay, one more program we will execute it. Let's say we'll take some values, okay, from the user, and this is the way here, this is what here we have. Okay, so a is what we are saying that a is a integer that will take it input variable. Okay, now this is something also interesting, guys. Okay, what you're doing, so there will be some prompt. Okay, you'll get some like a prompt, and you need to enter the number. Okay, so you are taking the input variable from the user, and once you fill that number, okay, then it's gonna ask you the second integer, second number. Okay, so this message will get displayed. Okay, this message will get displayed, and whatever the number you put, that particular thing will get stored here in the a variable. Okay, so this is what will happen here. So for a and b, this is the way that we gonna store the number. Now after that, okay, after that here if, okay, and basis on that you're gonna write a condition. If, and then here you know, right, here onwards you know the things, that if you have written b is greater than a, in that case it's supposed to print a b is greater than a. If both are number, you have like put the equal then you're gonna put it like, you're gonna print like a and b are equal, and then else a is always greater than b. Okay, so that's something you're doing. So let's execute this one. Okay, so this is the 12th program you have. Okay, so let's run it. So if else dynamic, you can see here you get the prompt, and then your program got halted here. Okay, it's a very similar like your bash scripting. The program got halted here, and you will be inserting your variable. Okay, let's say I put the number 5. Okay, and I'll press enter, and then the execution will start. Okay, so I'll say 5, press enter. Now it's asking me the second number. Okay, let me put the second number, let's say 10. Okay, I'll press enter, and you can see the result you got is what? B is greater. The second number whatever you have inserted, that is greater this is what the, so here this is the first execution happen. Okay, let me execute the same loop again. Okay, so same again, and here this time I'm gonna print both the number equal, let's say 10, and the second number also I'm giving 10. Okay, now here in this case the second condition should get satisfied and this message should get printed. Okay, a and b are equal. Okay, so let me print here that thing. Okay, and here you can see that a and b are equal. So great. So as expected, you're taking the input from the user, and then that's how you're executing the your so you're taking now this, whatever the input you are giving, okay, that will get stored under this variable. Okay, so this is a way that we are now what if I try to give instead of integer, okay, if I try to give it something else. Okay, let me try. So let's say here I say hello. Okay, you can see we got an error saying that the value error. Okay, so I cannot insert anything else apart from the integer. Okay, so that is what here is expectation, that you should be having the value as integer only. You cannot compare, or you cannot have the comparison between your string and then integer. Okay, so something like that is not possible, right? So only integer to integer you can compare. Okay, like who is greater than what, it's something you can try out. All right, so this is what the if else condition is you have. So a very simple one, right? So basis on the condition, okay, basis on the condition you just need to understand, and yeah, this is the way you'll be doing it. Okay, great. Then the next thing is we have to talk about the for loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So the next thing that we have to talk about the for loop. Okay, let's talk. Okay, so here you can see when we have to iterate to a sequence. Okay, in that case we can go for the loop. Okay, and then the for loop is something that we use it a lot. Okay, in the case of Python also. So here you can see that in the Python when we use the iterating over a sequence. Okay, when we have to iterate over a sequence, such as the we have the list. Okay, we have the list, then tuple, string, and range. Okay, so these are the few of the examples we can have. So anything which is like iterable, okay, first item, second item, third item that we have, and then these are the very good example. Here we have a list, tuple, string. Okay, so the basic syntax of the loop is like this way. Okay, the for variable and in iterable. Okay, like basically it's the same way we have it in we have for the bash script. Okay, so in a bash script this holds exactly the same way. Okay, so you can do it like this way, that is a for, and then here you have a variable name. Okay, here you have variable name, and then you say that for variable in, and here you have that iterable numbers. Okay, maybe here itself you can write the items like this way, item 1, item 2, like that, or else you can mention something the something like let's say if you're not comfortable to write all the items here, maybe you can like put all these things in one variable, and that variable name you can mention here. Okay, let's say here you have a list. Okay, list as one variable, and then you can have all the list item, and now each of the list item, okay, each of the list item will get assigned here in the variable, that is a var variable, and whatever you have to do. Okay, maybe you are just interested in printing variable. Okay, so that's something you can do it, or let's say so here you will do the execution. Okay, here you will do the execution, and for how many times this iteration will go on, like the number of how many numbers of items here we have. Okay, let's say the first items, let's say we have the 5 items. Okay, so 5 number of times this iteration will go on. Okay, so it will be simply like the value of this particular thing will get filled up here, and then okay, then here you will execute this whole thing. Okay, then the next item will come over here, will get fill up assigned here, and that's what here second. Okay, like that, or all the values you will get it. Okay, so this is the way all the iteration will happen. Okay, so this is what happens in the for loop. This is what happened in the for loop. So for here the for variable in the iterable. Okay, so each time iteration will happen, and here you can have the example. Okay, let's say this is a list. Okay, list, which how you identify the list, when you have the list of items declared in a square bracket. Okay, so in that case you say it is the list, and you can have the very simplest example, that for fruit. Now this variable name is your choice. Okay, you can say x, y, z fruits, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then this is the list variable. Here you will pass the say colon, and you are printing the variable. And for each line, the output of this what you will get, output is apple, then next line banana, then cherry. Okay, so basically the values of this fruit, okay, will get filled up in this variable, and whatever you have written with this variable, it is fruit. Okay, so that will get executed. Okay, and you're supposed to get the this result. Okay, now this is all about theory. Now let's go and see if you have the practical examples here. Okay, some program examples. So here we have a for loop example. Okay, and you can see it here. Okay, so we are declaring what? We are declaring a list. Okay, that is the red, green, blue. This is what we are declaring. And now we have seen this example earlier also, right? For the for loop, we were seeing it. That's fine. Okay, so let's go and execute. Okay, let's go and iterate through each item. Okay, so it's supposed to print. Let me just like comment all the other code. Okay, for better understanding, I'll just comment it. Okay, and let's go and execute this part of the. Okay, this is 13th program we have. Okay, so I'll just go and execute this 13th program. And here you can see the line by line. Okay, red, green, and blue. Okay, all these three got printed. Great. Now next thing is what? So maybe I'll just okay, I'll just comment this one. And now next thing is I'm interested here to we can also iterate through the string. Okay. Now when you say, okay, so if I just uncomment this one, and here you can see the very first message here simply will print that a loop through the string. Okay, here we are doing what? We will be simply printing the loop through the string, and then here we are declaring one string, that is a hello world. Okay, here we are declaring one string as per your choice. You just declare it. And now what exactly here we'll do? Okay, we will be taking, so here I'm just simply mentioning variable. Okay, what will happen? Each character, okay, each character will get filled up here as a variable value, and that will get printed. Okay, let me show you. So here I'll run this program, and you can see, so first of all h will come. Okay, h will come here in the string. Then like here, this is what the hello world is string, right? So h will come as x. Okay, then we are printing h. Okay, then next is what? E, like that on the every line. Okay, we have printed the hello world. In fact, the space we have, okay, that space will be also filled up here in the x, and the space got printed. Okay, so this is the way that we have successfully executed this particular loop. So we can iterate through the sorry, we can iterate through the string as well. Now we have to learn one more very interesting statement here, that is a break statement. Okay, so this is really interesting and very useful. Okay, in many of the cases we do use it. Okay, that's a break statement, and in general also I'm talking about. Okay, so maybe you if something is not clear about this is all the variable type data types, and that's fine. Okay, but here onwards just try to understand few of the things. Okay, you need to understand that if else, for loop, while loop. Okay, all of these things you need to understand, because these are some of the things we use it a lot. Okay, so maybe data types is not all the data types you use. Okay, maybe the list is something you use it a lot. Tuple is something that we don't use a lot. Okay, the set is something we don't use a lot. Okay, but list is something you need to understand. Okay, dictionary is something you need to understand. But here in this case, okay, here onwards, the if else onwards, you need to understand, have the clear understanding about what is happening exactly. Okay, so here I'll be talking about something, a break statement. Again, break is very important statement. We use it in a lot of cases. Okay, let's understand what exactly here how you can execute. Okay, so when you're trying to here in this example, let's say at any position when you mention the break word in the for loop. Okay, in the for loop, whenever you mention any break keyword, so the iteration will get stopped there itself, and you will be out of the loop. Okay, you will be out of the loop. So that is what here the break, we use the keyword. Okay, now here in this particular example, how we are using it, let's see. Okay, so here we are declaring one string, we are declaring one list. Okay, now next thing is what? Here we are saying that x in colors. Okay, colors is what? This is the list parameter. So the first one will come here. Okay, and then we are putting one condition that if this x is equal to green, then just break it. Okay, or else print the x, okay, or like in the next case. So if this condition satisfied, only in that case we have to break the loop, or else just keep on iterating. Okay, so for the first case, okay, for the first case here you can see red is the color we have, so x variable is red. Okay, here is red is equal to green, value is false, so we are not executing this break keyword. We'll simply go ahead and we'll print a red keyword. Okay, next time the next value we have the green. Okay, so now here we have the green as a value. Okay, so green is equal to green. Answer is yes, that the value is holds true, and the break will happen, and here itself you will get out of the loop. Okay, so this is what we are expecting the result to get printed, and that is the red. Okay, only red word should get printed. Let's see, I'll save this one and I will execute it like this way. You can see only red got printed. Okay, only red got printed. So this is what here we have as the example. Okay, the next example we have exactly opposite of it. Okay, the break statement. So I will just save, or I'll just like comment this one, and we have the exactly opposite of it, that is the continue. Okay, now continue is a really interesting word. Okay, continue is really interesting one. Let's see how the execution happens here in the continue. Okay, now in case of continue, okay, I shouldn't be saying that exactly opposite of break. Okay, it is something different. Okay, and how it is different? So the continue is going to skip the existing iteration, and then it will allow you to jump on the next iteration. Okay, let's see the example. Let's say this is the colors is something the list parameter we have, that is red, green, blue is what are the parameters, like what are the list items here we are declaring. Next thing what we are doing is we are saying for x, okay, in colors. Okay, so one each time each iteration will happen here in the x. Okay, in that case what is happening here, that if the x is equal to green, in that case I'm saying continue. Okay, what does it mean? That when my condition is this, when this holds true, in that case I would like to skip. Okay, I would like to skip this iteration, and you can just jump to the next iteration. Okay, so this is what it is having the meaning. Okay, let me explain in one by one way. Okay, let's say here we have the first value as the red. Okay, so here for the red will come here. Okay, red, and then here x is what, red, right? So if is x is equal to, like, red is green, the value holds false. Okay, so this won't get executed, and it will simply print the next statement, that is a print red. Okay, next time again here the next iteration we have the green as the value. Okay, so green will get placed here. Okay, so like here green color. Okay, now here we have the green, right? Green value, x is green. So is green is equal to green? The answer is yes. Okay, and here we are saying the true. Okay, that is what here the loop will get, or this condition will get executed, if part. So we are saying continue. Okay, what is meant by continue? That this iteration will get skipped and it will move to the next iteration. Okay, so now here in this case, okay, we have the next iteration as blue. Okay, so blue word will come here. Okay, blue again is not equivalent, so here this block will again skip, like this is like continue. So with like this condition doesn't hold true. Okay, in the case of blue, so it's supposed to print the blue also. Okay, so what result here we are expecting? The result we are expecting is red and the blue. Okay, so this is supposed to get printed. Let me save it, and let's rerun the program, and here you can see the continue statement example. After that the only red and the blue got printed, the green didn't got printed. Okay, so I'll just summarize this one. Okay, I'll just repeat one more time, just summarize this one. So the break is what? Break will break your iteration there itself, and it's not gonna allow you to iterate it further. Okay, so this is what the break keyword does. Okay, so in a case where you just see, you just think about that your condition satisfied, and then you don't want to any further iterations. Okay, in that case you go for the this particular condition. Okay, when you have some other scenario where you don't want to execute the code for one condition. Okay, when you don't want to execute the code for one of the condition, in that case you can go for this is something you can go for. Okay, like you're skipping the iteration for one of the item. Okay, now you can put the here if else also, that is also fine. Okay, let's say if x is green, then don't you don't want to execute. Let's say you would like to, you have other items also where you don't want to execute a loop, so you can have the if else condition also. Okay, so this is the way that continue works, continue keyword work. It's kind of a little very interesting one. Okay, so this is all about the continue keyword you have. Now the next thing, okay, let's see what else you have. So here you have something like a else block execution. Okay, you can put out the else block execution along with the for loop. Okay, so you know the interesting one, right? Like it is not just about the, it is not just about your the if else condition. It is also about the in a for loop also you are executing. Okay, let's see how it will get executed. Okay, so here you will simply print a message first of all, that else block example. This is the list you have. Okay, and you will print it. Okay, you will print it that like here all the message, and then you will also print all item process. Okay, when you have to give some confirmation that the loop execution is done and anything like that. Okay, in that case you can go and execute this particular thing. Okay, so let me run this program, and you can see here else block example. Okay, and red, green, blue, all the three items got printed. After that you printed the last thing, that all items are processed. Okay, so that's something you can do it. Great. So this is what you can do it. Okay, this is what you can also do it. That is when you want to give the, like, you just have to mention something, you know, your whole process items are processed, your execution is done, something like that. Okay, or else this, after this the condition is done, satisfied, and then after that you have to do something. Okay, in that case you can go and do the else. Okay, so after execution of this whole thing, your else block will get executed. This is what it is having the meaning. Okay, great. Now next thing you have it as the range function. Okay, now range function is again it's a very simple one. Okay, when you say range, okay, when you say range, so it's supposed to iterate this many times. Okay, so let's say if you simply give number. Okay, let's say if you simply give the number that 1 to let's say 50. Okay, so it will start 1 and it will end at 50. Okay, so 50 times iteration will happen. Let's say you are interested to print a number that is 1 to 50. Okay, a very simple one, just go and say range and 50. Okay, so range is function we have actually. Okay, within that function just filled up the argument, and this many times it will consider. Okay, let me execute this and then let's say, okay, here you can see it started from 0, and it does ended at the 49. Okay, so this many time. Now if you have any range in your mind, okay, like 5 to 10, okay, let's say 1 to 100, something like that. Okay, or 500 to 1000, when you have some range which should start from 5 and it should end at 10. Okay, so you can mention some comma in between. You can just mention some comma in between, and then you can execute the you can also mention the range, like from this to this. Okay, so here you can see 5 6 7, like this way, 5 to 10. Okay, so 5 to 10. So always remember, right, so left one always gets considered. Okay, left value is always we do include, and this one we exclude. Okay, this is the way that Python works. Okay, and here in this case this exactly same thing happened, the 5 included and 10 is excluded. Okay, so this is the way that we have executed this particular for loop. Okay, great. So these are the examples you have few. Okay, which I believe which is really interesting. Okay, and for loop is very straightforward. Okay, just think in this way, that we have here some item. Okay, we have to iterate, we have to take each item here, fill up here, and just do the whole execution of the program. Again go for the next item, like that. If you just think, then this is the way that, you know, the for loop is something will be easy to understand. Okay, so great. Let's talk about the next loop. We have to talk about the while loop. Okay, here we have a while loop. Okay, so in Python the while loop is used to repeatedly execute the block of the code as long as something condition is true. Okay, now here in this case, you know, for loop is something, you know, bit different, right? So you have the for loop. Okay, now for loop is valid until unless what you have here is like one list item or whatever you have. Okay, so whatever the items you have, those many items, like till that item, your for loop will get executed. Okay, you have while loop works in little different way. Okay, so while, and after that you put some condition. Okay, you put some condition. So until and unless this condition holds true, okay, until and unless this condition holds true, or if I tell you in layman words, okay, until and unless this is giving you the value as true, okay, this value is giving as true, okay, till that time your while condition will get executed. Okay, so in between you have to write the code here. Okay, so again, like one more time, it will check condition, it will again check condition, like that it will just keep on checking. Okay, it will keep on checking the condition. So that is what here you have. Okay, so here you can see the syntax goes like this way: while, then condition, and as usual we are mentioning here the double colon, and we'll be keeping some space from the left hand side, like whatever the code we have to execute. Okay, as long as your condition is true, this condition holds true, your all the code will get executed. Okay, here you can see the example we have. So count is 0 we have written. Okay, the count is 0 we have written. So then we start it. Okay, we'll start the while count is less than 5. Okay, so this is what a condition we have, right? Condition is what we are saying is count is less than 5. So is this true? Yes, correct, it is true, right? So then we will enter inside a loop, then we will print that count. Okay, so here you will say that count is 0, right? So it started with the 0. So here you can see we started with the 0. So 0 should get printed here in the first case, or let me explain this example here. So what we are saying here is, okay, what we are saying here is that count, okay, is equal to 0 is something we are writing. Okay, then we are doing what we are saying here, while, okay, we are putting some condition. Okay, and what that condition we are saying, that condition is saying the count variable, okay, count variable is less than 5. Okay, means what is it less than 5? Yes, holds, it holds true, right? So here we'll put colon, and then here I'm saying that print count. Okay, we are printing the variable count. Now the next thing is what, let's say here at this position if I go and try to execute, what will happen? Let's say here my count is 0. Okay, count is less than 5, it's true. Okay, so here in this case it's supposed to print 0. Okay, again next time also it is 0. Okay, it will again print it 0. So like that till infinite time my loop will get executed again and again and again. Okay, because my always the count is 0, right? So we have to increment that count so that it will reach, or it will at some position. Okay, at some position this condition it will try and check. Okay, maybe we have to make this as false at some point, so then and then only our loop will get end, or else it will always say true, and then always it will be executing. Okay, so what we will do, the next thing here I can say something like a count is equal to count plus 1. Okay, so what will happen, here we have written 0. Okay, here we have written 0. So here the count is 0, right? So 0 plus 1 is what, is 1. Okay, now in this case count value has become 1. Okay, so again 1 is less than 5, true. Okay, it will print 1. Okay, now again here value is 1, right? So 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so count become 2. Okay, again it will go and check 2 is less than 5, holds true. Okay, again 2 will come, like that 3 will happen, then 4 will happen. Okay, now 4 is less than 5. Okay, 4 is less than 5, then here the 4 will get printed. Okay, now here 4 plus 1 become will what, 4 plus 1 is what, 5. Now here in this case, is the 5 is less than 5, value is hold, like value is false. Okay, so here value will get hold as false, and then here at this position your loop will get end. So this is what the example we have here, and we can write that count is equal to count plus 1. Either you write it this way, or you can write it this way, that is count, you will say plus is equal to 1. Okay, so this is same one. Okay, this is like equal. Okay, so yeah, so this is the way that here we have written. Okay, and let's see if you have the examples now. Okay, this is about the theory. Now let's talk about the few of the examples. Here we have the while loop. Okay, so you can see here the very first example we have here the normal while loop. Okay, and exactly same thing here we have done. I is equal to 0, while I is less than 10. Okay, we are interested to print I. Okay, so and then I this is what equivalent, right? I is equal to I plus 1. So let me just comment out everything. Okay, and we will execute. Okay, we will execute. So let me save it. and we will do the execution of this first program. Okay, so the program number is what, it's a 14 none. Okay, so let me say 14 and we'll execute it. Okay, here you can see that it started from the 0 and then here it reached to the 9 number. Okay, so exactly with the result which we are expecting is something we found. Okay, so okay.